now it is now time for our halftime pep talk. Now, as I said in the intro, I do want to talk about my favorite song on KB's latest project, HGA2, which I will do a recap countdown of next week, I promise. My favorite song on there is DANZA. Easily my favorite song, and it's a large statement saying easily because the whole album is fantastic. But the reason why I like it just because of the gospel roots in it. In HGA1, he had a whole lot of CCM flips. He had a lot more gospel flips in HGA2, and this is one of them. So the phrase in there, dance like David, what does that even mean? You have to go to the good book. You got to go to the Bible to know what he's talking about there. It's in 2 Samuel chapter 6, around the halfway point of the chapter, around about verse 14 through about the end. And I remember hearing this story as a kid. The preacher would always talk about how King David was so excited that the Ark of the Covenant was returning home that he danced uncontrollably and he danced out of his clothes. And so that's what the course of this song is about. But it just reminds me of a kid hearing that story and just kind of hearing like, man, like this was quite controversial because he had such a time, as they say, that his wife, Michelle, I'll say Michelle, is it Michael? I don't know. I'll call her Michelle. So she had a problem with him dancing, thought it was undignified. He's doing this in front of the handmaids and whatnot. And mentioning that like he's just not acting in a dignified manner that a king maybe should. And I'm smiling and laughing a little bit just because it's always a super dramatic that he danced out of his clothes, and they didn't really say like was he completely out of his clothes or did he still have his ephod on or his clothes on, or was he just out of his priestly garment but he just still had his undergarments on. At any rate, Michelle was not happy, or Michael was not happy with the situation, and she confronted him about it. And like, I don't know like to what extent he disrobed himself, but what I do know is David doubled down. He doubled down on it and said that I want to continue to dance. He also said that he was going to play, and I imagine that means that he was going to use his harp because he was very skilled with the harp. If you're in the book, you remember the time where he played some evil spirits off of, at the time, King Saul. And ironically, Michelle is King Saul's daughter. So it's kind of like maybe she had the same heart that he did, because I don't think that Saul particularly had a heart for worship. And it's interesting, like just hearing this song, just because it's bringing back good memories. I've never actually studied this story as an adult. I read up on it a little bit. Actually, I pulled out my Tony Evans Bible commentary just to kind of read a little bit about it before I talked about it during our halftime pep talk today. But I don't know. I just really feel like this song is excellent. It brings back such good memories. Uncle Fred Hammond, he really did his thing. I'm so happy that these gospel artists are releasing. Are giving these rappers opportunity to sample their music, because sometimes gospel world they're not as lenient when it comes to things like that. So shout out to KB, he did an awesome job on this song. Shout out to Kardak Drums, he did his thing. So what better thing to do right now than to just check out this song, DANZA. It is fantastic. If you are driving, keep both hands on the wheel, don't dance too hard. So this is the Be Positive Music Show. I am B+, and we will be right back.